Hi, this is Kevin with Immigrant Spirit. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Hope you're enjoying the end of the year with family, with loved ones, and finding some warmth and enjoyment in some time off. And so today would like to share with you what I saw in successful clients this year who were able to get job offers, because you can take this into the new year and apply it in your situations as well. So the first thing that I saw when I was reviewing the successful clients this year that I worked with is I saw from each of them a hyperfocus and persistence that set them apart from others. I'll show you what that looks like. So hyperfocus. I'm thinking about Olgu, someone who booked me as much as possible on WhatsApp, my calendar, you name it. And I also think of someone like Adam, who is consistent, diligent in her follow-ups with me and evaluating in her form what else she could change to improve. And along with this hyper-focus is this idea of persistence. And I've talked about it in the newsletter before this year. And if you've spoken to me directly, you know that this is one of my top characteristics that I look for in a successful client, because we need to go over and over the results, figure out where we need to improve, and you might need to change your approach a little bit. And that takes a accountability and a consistent rhythm of checking your results and making changes. And even if it's not making change, just finding a repeatable process that you can do, that you see that works, and doing that. And then eventually, when you keep doing it over and over, you will come through on the other side with success. And in this case, with a job offer. So I also saw a couple other things from people this year that stood out into why I believe they got a job offer. And the other part of it is open-mindedness, as well as resourcefulness, or another way of saying it, craftiness. So open-mindedness. You might say, yeah, I'm open-minded, but I didn't get a job offer this year. Fair enough. A lot of people are probably in that case. But let me tell you what I mean by this. So open-minded, looking at your results in another light. So you're going to get emails, texts from different people, whether it's recruiter, hiring manager, CEO, and they will share things with you that you might have an initial reaction to, but when you go look at it again, you can look at it in a different light, and you can discover something that you didn't before, you didn't see. And that can also come when you work with someone like myself, an advisor who can help you look at it in a different perspective, because we have different experiences, we read things differently. And so I think of people like, again, Adam, someone like Jonathan, someone like Ashar, where Ashar, he looked at what his results were at this point. We had worked through the whole program, and he eventually decided he needed to go to an in-person event. And that made a big difference. He was able to shake hands with someone and keep in touch with that person, and the person was able to give him an internship offer. And so he finally broke through after his master's to stay and get the offer that he was looking for. Then someone like Adam was able to review her emails again, review all of her conversations LinkedIn that she had. She discovered there was one guy who really wanted her to come visit the office and talk about the process and what it would look like to work together. It wasn't a traditional recruiting process, but she asked about it, how to proceed, and I said, you should go for it. Go for any opportunity that pops up and see where it takes you, because you don't know if it's going to be a good or a bad one until you try. So those are the types of things I'm talking about, open-mindedness. And with regards to that, I mentioned resourcefulness or craftiness. So craftiness or resourcefulness, this is thinking about, if you might be at your current company, you might be looking for a raise or a promotion. And when you go to your manager and you're able to present facts and research on other companies, what you could deserve, or you may have another offer that you want to leverage to show that you're the company's competing with yourself, your current company, then this is something that I reviewed with a couple candidates. I think of Jonathan, I think of Vlad, where we were able to leverage those items and conversations internally, and then this resulted either in a promotion or a new job offer. So those are two big components with this as well, is also looking at when you're working at your current company, trying to advance, and that's something we can do as well. So I want you to take those two things with you this year, being more resourceful, as well as being persistent. So again, in different ways to say it, being open-minded or crafty with your resources, and then as well as being hyper-focused on this as your priority, and making sure that you can get this done this year with all the help that you can find. And the last thing I wanted to share was the common feelings that I saw when they did get the offer. And what I saw were two things. Number one, joy. And number two, relief. Joy, after all these months of looking and trying different strategies to finally break through and see the financial burdens questions lift when you get a job offer that is satisfying, then you feel joy. And I saw that. I heard it in their voice when they called me, or when I saw a LinkedIn message, WhatsApp text. There was a huge weight lifted off their shoulder, and they felt joy that they could present this and move forward with their family. So the relief as well. Now that goes along with it, because for some people it was a year. It was a year of really hard work, and hard decisions. And other people, it was just a couple months. But the relief, because there's deadlines and visa questions or financial questions, and to be able to figure that out is a big relief. Those were the things I wanted to impart with you this end of the year. I wish that you incorporate some of these things on your own next year. As always, reach out to me whenever you need. I'm always here to help, whether it's an email that you'll have a quick question for. But thank you for following this year and being a member of the community. You've probably attended some of the events. If not, if you've been a silent follower, thank you again for reading, sticking with it, and I wish you success this year. Hope we can have a personal meeting at some point to talk about what we can fix for yourself and your personal situation. And until then, have a great rest of the year here. Thank you.